Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Go Home edition of FTW Adrenaline. We are only 2 days away from Conquest, Philadelphia, live February 25th, only here on YouTube. We have an action-packed show for you guys tonight. In fact, we're going to be kicking things off with a triple threat match featuring two guys making their debut this year in FTW. But they are going to be in for some stiff competition tonight, as their third opponent is none other than the chokeout artist, Clinton Slate. Slate having coming off big victories over the last month. He's defeated former FTW champion Gene Colo, former FTW champion Adrian Kincaid, who is the #1 contender and challenging for the championship this weekend in Philadelphia. And of course, he's defeated the current FTW champion, Ryan Reese. So needless to say, in a very short amount of time, since his return to FTW, Clinton Slate has been putting on phenomenal performances and has been utterly unstoppable in the ring. The question is, who will be able to stand up to him? And we have two guys making their debut tonight that are looking to make a name for themselves early here at FTW. You would have to think that a victory over the chokeout artist Clinton Slate, even if he's not the one being pinned, would have to go a long way to establishing yourself amongst the roster. But Slate is a very intimidating presence. He's powerful, he's quick, and he knows how to choke a person out, which we've seen countless times already since his return 1 month ago. You would have to think that he is considered to be a #1 contender for the FTW Championship in the coming months. He has certainly earned it. But his first challenger is actually a returning member of the roster. He hasn't been seen since 2016. He was a member of a tag team known as the Fyre Starters. And they later changed their name to the Trailblazers. It's Marko Shaw. Of course, Shaw was in a tag team with Adrian Luthor, but they can never really seem to gain much traction here in FTW. They got a few title shots, but always just came out close. And it looks like Shaw is back. He is looking to go solo this time, as we have not heard from Adrian Luthor, his former tag team partner, in quite some time. But speaking of tag teams, their next opponent is a man making his debut known as Shane Cole. And his tag team partner will be joining us in the coming weeks, known as SASC. So, needless to say, we have to keep an eye out for this man, but he is here tonight, making his debut in front of the FTW crowd. There is no telling what he is capable of. I've never seen this man in action before. But the fans seem to know him. So we are certainly in for a treat. But all these men are in for some stiff competition here tonight against Clinton Slate. I would have to think that Slate is the favorite to win this match. Although you can never count out any superstar on any given night. Anything can happen here in FTW. As we get set, the crowd is ready and able. Everybody is getting stretched out, and the bell has rung. And right away, Marko was going after Clinton Slate, and now Cole hitting a neckbreaker on both men. Slate is taken down by Shaw. You would think that given the size of Shaw, he would have a strength advantage, in fact, as he seems to be setting Slate up for a pump handle. Oh no, it was a pump handle fall away slam. But Cole, with a quick running downward spiral, take down Shaw, and now applies an armbar. And he just slams his arm down into the mat. And look at this, it looks like Cole is going after Slate, who is just resting in the corner. And now Slate taking to Marko with a flying forearm. And Marko wisely rolls out of the ring out of harm's way. But Slate now with a snap suplex on Cole. And he applies an armbar. Is this the opening he needs to make the newcomer submit? But Cole fights out of it with several quick punches to the face. But a snapmare takedown by the chokeout artist, who now delivers devastating forearms to the head of Shane Cole. And here comes Shaw, as Cole now is the one who rolls out of the ring. And now he hits the pump handle slam on Clinton Slate. And a vicious kick to the back by the former Trailblazer. That's one thing, is that Marko appears to have all the tools one need to be successful. You just have to think that he needs to put it all together. Maybe his little solo run here is just what the doctor ordered. But he just took a vicious step up enziguri. And I think Shane Cole was trying to knock him to the outside, but missed. But now he does. Now he's managed to knock Shaw back out to the outside as he whips Slate into the corner. But Slate counters with an STO. Cole showing some incredible fight here against the chokeout artist with a snap DDT. And here he is, taunting the crowd or taking in the praise. Now that Slate is still, he could have probably won the match right there. Slate was out after that snap DDT. But here comes Shaw. Shaw with a double, no, it's countered into a drop kick by Cole. And he seems to be very proud of himself, but it catches him into a back suplex by Shaw, who now runs into the corner with a vicious clothesline. You would just imagine what this would do for Shaw if he can pin Clinton Slate. What a way to kick off your career or your resurgence in FTW within a victory over the man who has defeated the #1 contender and the FTW champion. Well, Cole, again with that running downward spiral, with several shots to the back. He is going, what's this? He's got his legs crossed. A cross-legged fisherman's buster. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, no! Shaw kicks out at 2 7/8. Man, we almost had Shane Cole nearly just won the match right there. Could you imagine making his debut as a member of a tag team and picks up a huge singles victory, but now Shaw appears to be mad. Clothesline, now followed up by a big back body drop and a huge spine buster. Now Cole wisely trying to roll out of harm's way. As Slate picks him up, he's got him on his shoulders, but it's reversed. Several elbows to the face into a fire starter. That spinning side slam he calls the fire starter. I'm surprised he did not go for the pin there. He's just stomping on the face of Clinton Slate. Now he's going for the pin. Is that enough? 1, 2, no, kick out. Shaw now applying a reverse chin lock, just trying to wear down Clinton Slate. But Slate back up to his feet. He fights out of it. And Cole tries to hit a running neckbreaker, but it's countered. And now Slate taunting. He gets caught with a German suplex from the second rope. Now he rolls to the outside as we get a cover on Cole, but he kicks out after 1. Man, lots of back and forth action in this triple threat match. As Cole tries to regain the advantage, he whips Shaw into the corner. What's he got planned here? A rolling thunder splash. by Shane Cole, and he goes in for the pin. 1, 2, no, to kick out after 2. Man, what impressive athleticism, but he gets caught. And now that trap suplex by Clinton Slate into the pin. 2, no, but it's broken up by Marko Shaw. And now Shaw on the receiving end of a snap German suplex. This does not look good for Shane Cole because he's locked in the choke. Clinton Slate has him locked in the choke. And Cole, he's fighting it. He does not want to tap out. He is hanging on for everything that he's worth. But no, he's forced to tap out. You can see Marko Shaw, he was trying to get back into the ring to break up the choke. And Cole hang on for as long as he could. But eventually, he had to tap out. Man, what an impressive victory here for Clinton Slate against 2 very game newcomers to FTW, Marko Shaw and Shane Cole. You better keep your eyes out on them. But the chokeout artist does it once again. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for women's division action. In fact, this is a number 1 contenders match for the FTW Women's Championship match this Sunday in Conquest, Philadelphia. As we got the lovely Canadian Claire Gagne making her way to the ring, former FTW Women's Champion herself. She made a huge splash here when she debuted in 2016. She's been a staple here in FTW. She's adored and loved by all. A real role model for the children and young girls alike. She is probably one of the finest, technically sound wrestlers we have on the entire roster, let alone just women. She makes her entrance. She is from Montreal, Quebec. So sometimes during promos you may have a chance of misunderstanding her because she does have that thick French accent. But she knows how to back it up in the ring. But she's in for some stiff competition here tonight. Especially if she wants to earn that number 1 contendership, that title match in 2 days in Conquest, Philadelphia. But her opponent is also a former FTW Women's Champion. The Golden Goddess that she goes by, it's Tessy Belle, the Southern Cowgirl, as she was once known when she first debuted here in FTW. In fact, her and Claire Gagne were known as the Blonde Bombshells. They had broke in together. They were best of friends. But Tessy turned her back on her former friend. And now the two of them will go head to head for a shot at the FTW Women's Champion, Brooke, Lynn, in Philadelphia. So we are in for some very exciting action here. As Tessy is now in the ring, as we get ready. It's always a pleasure to see these two wrestle. And the bell is off. And Tessy going right at Claire with a dropping neckbreaker. This is what Tessy has to do. She has to keep Claire grounded with a snap suplex. You do not want to give Claire any momentum, any chance to make a quick comeback. But she knows so many moves, and she knows how to bring the pain in so many different ways. But she just hits a snap DDT. You gotta remember, Tessy, she has that vicious double underhook DDT, but she just hits a diving elbow drop from the second rope. But yes, you gotta watch out for her double underhook DDT. She's defeated many a woman like that. And it's just Tessy early on here in this match. She's just bringing all kinds of fight. But now Claire fighting out of it. And she just does a running arm drag to try Tessy down and hits her own snap DDT. Is this the opening Claire needed? She bounces off the ropes and a step-up enziguri to the back of the head of the Golden Goddess into a springboard crossbody. Tessy now whipped off the ropes, but she manages to counter what Claire had planned. Now going for the belly to belly, but again countered by Claire. And Claire down with that stiff kick to the back. As she bounces off the ropes into a running knee to the small of the back of Tessy. Into a snap suplex. And this is what I'm talking about. You don't want to give Claire any momentum to start working. Start building her offense. Looks like she was going for another snap DDT, but it's countered by Tessy, who hits a pullback backbreaker. Now Tessy applying the forearms to the forehead of Claire Gagne. Both of these women are going to want a shot at Brooke in Philadelphia on Sunday. And a step-up enziguri. And a vicious stomp to the back. Now what's Claire have in store here? She hits at the second rope. And she just misses a diving elbow drop. But she manages to whip Tessy into the corner. Now setting her up on the top rope. What does she have in store here? As she picks Tessy up, she's going for a super back suplex. Both of these women feeling the pain after that one. And Claire now going for the pin. 1, 2, no. Tessy does not want to give up a shot at the FTW Women's Championship. But Claire with the curtain call. Is that going to be enough? No. Tessy now with an arm drag. But Claire managing to get out of the way. She counters into a fireman's carry. And now hitting a stiff pendulum backbreaker. Man, oh man, these women are just going at it. Something strong. And now, Claire with that jumping, spinning DDT. Is that enough? That's one of her signature maneuvers. But Tessy fights her way back to her feet. And now hits a vicious German suplex. And Tessy now going for another snap DDT. But it's reversed by Claire with a stiff kick. And there's... oh, she hit it. She hit it. The winter's ending. 1, 2, 3. And Claire is going to be challenging Brooke in Philadelphia after hitting the winter's ending. That vicious running downward spiral-like maneuver where she just planted the face of Tessy into the mat and picked up the 3 count. And now she will head to Philadelphia in 2 days and challenge for the FTW Women's Championship. What a match. What a performance by both of these ladies. I, needless to say, am looking forward to it. But as we move on, we are going to have some singles competition next, as we will see one half of the tag team champions in action against one half of their challengers this weekend in Philadelphia. It is going to be William Rao taking on Jason Bourne in one-on-one action, as William Rao makes his way to the ring accompanied by his tag team partner Shigeru Tezuka, the Unbreakable Dragons. It's still remarkable how these two came together to form such a powerful and unstoppable tag team. They were just randomly put together for the Medal of Honor tournament last year, and to everybody's surprise, went on a magnificent roll, winning the tournament, earning the shot at the champions, the Bronx Bullies at the time, and defeating them. And since then, no team has been able to defeat the Unbreakable Dragons. But these men who have made their debut at the beginning of this year, Ethan Tyler, Jason Bourne, better known as the Disciples, they've just been unstoppable. They've just demolished everyone in their way. They've defeated the Bronx Bullies. They've defeated the British Invasion. They've defeated newcomers known as the Empire. And now they are looking to claim Tag Team Championship gold this weekend. But before we get to there, Ethan Tyler, he is the one on the right. He is going one-on-one with Will Rao. And we haven't yet to see either of these men in singles competition. But we know how dangerous they can be in tag action. Just makes one wonder what it is these two are here for. Who are they disciples of is the question I've been asking. You just don't decide to become disciples of nothing. So, who are they disciples of? Is it someone on the FTW roster or someone we've yet to see? That is the question I've been looking to answer. And unfortunately, these two men just don't talk. When pressed for interviews, they don't say anything, they just glare. And they make you feel very uncomfortable. But the Dragons, they are unintimidated by these two behemoths. As the bell is rung and we are on the way. As they lock up, Jason Bourne, managing to gain the upper hand, takes down Will Rao. Rao tries to fight out of it, but he's just thrown to the mat by the powerful Jason Bourne. Jason's not even the biggest of the two. Yeah, I'd have to say that Ethan Tyler is the bigger of the two men. But Rao with the inverted atomic drop. As Jason Bourne rolls to the ring. Unexpected fight from Will Rao as he tries to collect his bearings. Two once again longer, this time Rao with the headlock. A headlock takedown. As Rao just wrenches on Jason Bourne's neck. And that just punches him to the face. Gotta remember, Rao is a technically gifted, but he's hit it with a downward spiral. As Bourne just now toying with him with a vicious head snap. And the headbutt to the shoulder. He is just working over William Rao now after those early exchanges of chain wrestling. And what does Bourne have in store next? He was going to grapple him, but Rao fights out of it with an STO. Is this the opening that he needs? He heads to the second rope, and he misses a diving elbow. And Bourne just kicking him in the head. Stomping on his back now. It's hard to say who the favorites are going into this weekend's tag team title match. But Rao with the counter into a reverse DDT. But, I mean, based on the sheer domination, you would have to say the Disciples are considered heavy favorites. But you can't count out the Dragons, as Rao rips him off the ropes into a flapjack. And again, Bourne rolls out of the ring wisely. Try to create some distance between him and the tag team champion. As Rao just knocks him to the outside. Ethan Tyler coming over. He's helping his tag team partner up. But Rao, fearless, he is chasing after Jason Bourne and hits a German suplex on the outside. And there is almost no give to those mats. They just protect people from falling on the concrete. But there is so very little give. As Ethan Tyler was trying to distract Rao. But Rao now slamming Bourne's face off the barricade there. As Bourne manages to fight out of it. But a vicious short arm clothesline. The referee continues to count both of the men. But they both make it back into the ring. Is this the opening to Bourne? As he just knocked down the referee. He just ran into the referee as he hits the top rope. with a vicious diving splash, and he hits all of it, but the referee is now up. As Bourne hits a snapmare and now applies the headlock. But Rao fights out of it. With an elbow to the gut, another elbow. Is this the opening that he needs to regain control of this match? As he whips Bourne into the corner. The running shoulder tackle, and that's usually followed up by the belly to back suplex. And he goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Bourne kicks out. I thought he had him, but look at this. Tyler, he has drawn attention of William Rao. And Bourne now, that was just the opening he needed to drop William Rao and regain control of this match. And he just hits our running super kick. And now into the pin. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3. No! And Bourne can't believe it that William just kicked out of that. That running super kick. I thought that was 3. Bourne probably wondering what's he got to do to defeat the tag team champion. As Rao whips him into the corner. But Bourne continues to fight back. The disciple. As they counter each other's maneuvers. And now Bourne with a back suplex. But that took a lot out of Bourne. Both these men expending immense amounts of energy. Bourne is the first one back to his feet. As he takes a moment to catch his breath. As he just starts slamming the head of William Rao into the mat. And now into the pin. 1, 2, but Rao kicks out at 2. Jason Bourne should be very impressive here in singles action. It makes you wonder what this tag team match is going to be like. Are they going to be able to defeat the tag team champions? As Jason Bourne, he heads back to the second rope. We've never seen this in tag team action. And he hits a diving elbow drop. And it looks like he is setting up. He is frustrated. But Rao counters and a stiff uppercut. And now a back suplex of his own. Into the pin. 1. No, but Bourne kicks out at 1. As Rao now applying a reverse chin lock. But Bourne managed to get to a knee. As he breaks the hold with vicious shots of the gum. But now Bourne, he just throws Rao into the steel post on the outside. But Rao continuing to fight back. He must be in incredible amounts of pain. As Bourne again applies the chin lock. But Rao continuing to fight back. There is no quit in the tag team champion. He's known as the unbreakable Will Rao for a reason. Look at this, he's just applying vicious elbow strikes to the shoulders of Jason Bourne. Into a pin. 1. But Bourne kicking out, and Rao looks like he's exhausted. Makes you wonder how much these men have left, especially ahead of their tag team title match. But Rao, he's got him up on his shoulders, going for the go to sleep, and he hit it. He hit all of it. Is this the chance he needs? But Ethan Tyler, he's up on the apron. He's removing the turnbuckle pad, distracting the referee. But Rao doesn't care. He hits another German suplex. And he is getting into it with Ethan Tyler. He was on the outside, but Bourne's starting to move. But Rao, he sees it. He just punches him in the face. And now into a shin lock. Into a jagged screw. Is this the opening that Will Rao needs as he heads to the top rope? Is he going for the frog splash? He hit it. He hits the frog splash. It's all over. But Ethan Tyler back up on the apron. The referee trying to knock him to get him down. In fact, I think he just ejected Ethan Tyler from ringside. He has. He has ejected the disciple from ringside. As Raw continues to dominate Jason Bourne with a gut wrench suplex. As Bourne is now whipped into the corner, but it's fought back. What does Bourne have in store here as he whips him from one side to the other? Bourne now, he's got him up on his shoulder. What's he got started here? Oh my god! Oh my god, what was that? He just threw Will Brown's face into that middle turnbuckle too. No, he kicked out. Bourne can't believe it. He just kicked out of that lawn dart-like maneuver. And now with a diving headbutt from the top rope. Will that be enough? As Bourne goes in for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Bourne picks up an impressive victory nonetheless. But what about that maneuver? How well will William Regal be heading into their title match after taking such a vicious maneuver into the turnbuckle? Oh, this rivalry has certainly heated up. But coming up next, we get to see that Calgary Mustang, Nathan Michaels, in one-on-one action here tonight. We've seen a different Nathan Michaels in recent weeks. He is vicious, he is unforgiving, and he is just out here to win matches, to earn himself a title shot in the future. He considers himself at the back of the line right now after taking the pinfall in Conquest Los Angeles in that fatal 4-way championship match. And he is just looking to once again climb the ranks of the title picture. Of course, Nathan Michaels is never one that is considered out of the title picture. There is always a chance that he will re-enter, and he will always be a threat to the championship. Any match that Nathan Michaels is in, he is considered a favorite to win. As we get set for one-on-one action now. And like I said, stepping into the ring with Nathan Michaels can be career-changing. A solid performance or a victory over the Canadian can do wonders for your career. Ryan Reese held a victory over Nathan Michaels, and now he's the FTW champion. E.C Wadden holds a pair of victories over Nathan Michaels, and he is a former FTW champion. And now he is actually the FTW United States champion. So, for this youngster, Bad Brown, who has had impressive showings in recent weeks against the likes of Gene Colo, you would have to think that another one here tonight against Nathan Michaels has got to be a very, very big ego boost. Bad Brown, of course, showing no fear. He is willing to get into the ring with anyone. He doesn't care if he gets his ass kicked. He just wants to show everybody that he is capable of hanging with the big boys here in FTW. So, Nathan Michaels usually we'll see if he brings this same vicious attitude, taking on someone he considers to be quite the upstart. As we get set, makes you wonder, all Rob Brown needs is a victory, and it would likely do wonders for his confidence. One victory might lead into another victory. We get Seth. Nathan Michaels starting out with huge punches as he whips Brown into the rope, but counters and pulls back into a clothesline. Michaels showing no remorse here early on. As he goes for a snap DDT, but Brown fighting out of it. And he got Nathan Michaels up on his shoulders for an Alabama slam. This is just what I mean about the fire in this youngster. But Nathan now counters with a fireman's carry, now dragging the match back down to his speed. As he whips Brown off the ropes. But Brown managed to counter, and now whips Michaels off the ropes into a running clothesline. And now a vicious kick to the back. Now a snapmare takedown by the youngster. As he tries to, no, he was trying to apply a headlock. But Michaels fights out of it into a back suplex. The Calgary Mustang just showing off his power here early on. Remember, he is also a technically sound superstar. It seems like most Canadians are. There must be something in the water up there. And Michaels now just beating across the chest of Brown. He's got to a count of 5 to release the hold, and he just pounds him one more time, and Brown falls to the outside. But he hits a running drop kick. No quit in this youngster. He got the nickname Bad Bad because he's not afraid to bend the rules in order to win matches. And again, he's got Michaels up on his shoulders for another Alabama slam on the outside. As he puts Michaels back into the ring. Michaels, he is struggling here today. But he manages to regain control with a whip into the corner. He just applies vicious elbow strikes to the head of Brown. Now he goes in for the pin. 1. No, Brown kicking out after only 1. But Michaels now, he is just raking the face. Like I said, this is a different Nathan Michaels. This is a more aggressive version as he uses the ropes to spring Brown off. And now he is going for, it looks like, his triple powerbomb maneuver. 1 powerbomb. He just, look at it, he just muscles Brown back up for 3 power bombs. And he goes right into the pin. Is that going to be enough? 2 and 3, yes. Nathan Michaels picks up the victory after his triple power bomb maneuver. As he is catching his breath, but there's Jackson Hart up on the ramp. These two have been going at it all month. What's Jackson doing here? He snuck attack Nathan Michaels last week. But Michaels, he's not showing any fear. He's walking right up the ramp. These two are surely to go at it this Sunday. Michaels so sick and tired of Jackson getting in his business. And the two of them are now brawling up on the ramp on the stage area. And the referees are having to pull them apart. But Jackson managing to fight out of it. And these two are just going at it. Having to be restrained by security. We are in for a hell of a match this Sunday. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like E.C Wadden is making his way to the ring. The new FTW United States Champion. I wonder what he has to say. He managed to make William James bleed last week in a first blood match to claim the title in the first ever FTW US Open Challenge. Surely not what James expected. And already he is claiming to be the greatest United States champion of all time. Well, if you ask me, that's pretty debatable. If you ask me, I'd have to say Angel Fyre is probably the greatest United States champion of all time. But, look at this. An unexpected development as Marcus Ferdinand. He is making his way to the ring. The second longest reigning United States champion in this company's history. The man who made his return to FTW last week in a losing effort against Nathan Michaels. What's Marcus doing out here, I wonder? He likely didn't take too kind to that greatest United States champion comment either. As he's congratulating E.C Wadden on his victory. But, look at this. He doesn't think E.C Wadden's going to hold the title very long. But E.C. ever so confident, he doesn't care about what anybody thinks. Whether what his peers think, what these fans think. Nobody. All he cares about is what he thinks. But he is a former FTW champion. He has defeated Nathan Michaels for that belt. But Marcus, he put that title on the line against everybody, and he always came out victorious, having over a 300-day title reign. But Wadden again pointing out that Marcus has lost 4 straight attempts to reclaim that title since he lost it, all of which were to Angel Fyre when Fyre regained the United States title. But the thing about Marcus is that he's always man enough to admit it. This is a man who just always seems to be on the border of the big time, the main events here in FTW. He's always one to put on spectacular matches, but always just seems to fall up short when they matter most. But again, Wadden bringing up a good point that last week, while he made his debut in an impressive showing against Nathan Michaels, he still lost that match. Whereas Wadden, he has 2 victories over Nathan Michaels, which is not something a lot of people can say. Some people might be able to say they have 1 victory, but 2 is nearly unheard of. But it seems like Marcus, he's coming for that FTW United States Championship. So, makes you wonder how this is going to play out, because we have some interesting United States Championship talk lately. With William James demanding his rematch in Philadelphia in 2 days, and now Marcus showing his teeth, so to speak. How will this affect the U.S. title picture? I suppose only time will tell, as all 3 of these men, and I would imagine Angel Fyre is going to want a rematch, but Marcus challenging E.C Wadden to a fight, and look at this, Wadden is backing down. Man, could you imagine what this would mean for the United States title picture? But ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the FTW United States title picture, you're going to see the former FTW champion, former FTW United States champion, William James in action here tonight. He is surely to be bitter over his loss last week, losing his title to E.C Wadden. But this is no first blood match. This is just a straight up standard singles. You gotta imagine that he wants to get back onto the winning track, heading into his title rematch in 2 days in Philadelphia. As he gets set to enter the ring here, you never know what he's thinking. He's a very dangerous man, William James is. course, that's not to take away from what Wadden was able to accomplish last week when he put on a hell of a match against James, getting retribution for being embarrassed 2 weeks ago. But his opponent here tonight is one half of the Arrow Club, Isiah Taylor, better known as the Lawman. You gotta remember, he is one half of the tag team with the FTW champion Ryan Reese. Their tag team having been put on hold when Reese won the FTW championship, and now Taylor has to go it alone. He's been trying to make a single splash. And you gotta think that a victory here tonight over William James would put him into title contention for the FTW United States Championship. And it makes you wonder just how crowded that title picture is going to get in the coming weeks. James wants his rematch. Juan is the champion. Marcus Vertnan is coming. And a victory by Taylor tonight would go a long way. We'd have a very crowded title picture indeed. As Taylor gets set to take on James. One-on-one here tonight. Taylor, of course, in excellent shape. But he gets caught right away. James with a neck breaker. Is this going to be another quick one, I wonder? James applies the headlock. And just a vicious elbow strike to the back of the skull. As he drags Taylor over to the corner. And he's just busting his head off that top turnbuckle. This is classic James. Just wants to inflict as much punishment as humanly possible. Taylor goes off the rope into a huge back body drop. Now James applying the rear shin lock to Taylor. Just all James early on in this match. But Taylor now finally able to get out of it, knocking James down with a big shoulder tackle. And just kicking down the former United States champion. But look at this. Taylor showing off some power as he just picks James up. His leg is strung over the back, but big kick by James to break the hold. But Taylor now just whipping him outside the ring. And now with a vertical suplex from outside the ring to inside the ring. An impressive display of strength to lift your opponent over the top rope. And James was going for that running spinning neck breaker, but it's countered by Taylor. Taylor now in control of this match with a huge double axe handles at the back of William James. And Taylor now with a back suplex. Taylor being very impressive now. Look at this. He is just pounding away. He is trying to break the defenses. And he's done so. Vicious elbow strikes to the face of William James, who I'm sure wasn't expecting this. Now Taylor with a belly-to-belly suplex. It's just all Taylor now after that early barrage by James. But James now able to counter. Look at this, he just flipped off. But it might have cost him as he is suplexed to the outside of the ring. What an impressive display of strength. Taylor didn't like that. James was flipping him the bird and just suplexed him to the outside onto that unforgiving hard mat. And now we're just back to those massive elbow strikes to the face of William James. James trying to cover up. James might have pissed off the wrong man tonight. But James now finally able to regain control of the match. Just sends Taylor back into the ring. You can't win the match on the outside, unfortunately, in this solo match. That requires a falls count anywhere. James just striking Taylor down. Those big left hooks. 1, Taylor, he has a lot of fight left in him. I haven't seen Taylor this aggressive in a long time as he fights out of the power slam into an inverted DDT. And now he sends James into the turnbuckle. What does he have in store here? As he just hangs him up with snake eyes. Now into the pin. 1, 2. But James kicks out at 2 after having his head bashed against the top turnbuckle. And now Taylor with elbow strikes to the shoulder of William James. James finds himself on the defensive for a good portion of this match. This is just all Taylor. Taylor wants to show that he can hang with some of the best here in FTW. And he is just, look at this now, he's made William James bleed with those big, massive strikes to the head. James bleeding. If this was another First Blood match, he would have lost this again. This is back-to-back weeks James is bleeding. And Taylor into the cover too. But James still managing to kick out. But unlike last week, a little bit of blood isn't going to slow James down. He can't lose the match just for bleeding. It's certainly not going to help his cause, but he certainly won't lose the match. As Taylor stalks James, but James finally managed to create some separation with a high knee. And it looks like this might be the opportunity he needs with a snap DDT. This is the opportunity James needs. With a double axe handle, another one. And now a huge power slam. Is this the opening that James needs to regain this match and put it away for good? With that rolling neck breaker. Now he's just slamming Taylor's head into the mat. And look at this. Here he goes for another snap DDT. This one even more vicious looking than the last. And again, back to just slamming his head into the mat. A little bit of blood. And James just goes crazy. He heads to the outside just to catch his breath. Look at him, he's just wondering what's he going to have to do to put Taylor away. He wipes the blood from his forehead. I'm sure he was thinking that he could just grab a weapon and just bash it over the head. But he's got James up. He's going for the Widow's Peak, but it's countered. Taylor countered the Widow's Peak by James. He slid out the back. Is this the opening that Taylor needs? In a vicious running clothesline. He might have just won the match right there. He nearly decapitated James. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Are you sure? I could have swore that was 3. He nearly decapitated James there with that vicious running clothesline. But James now fighting back. He looks like he was going for a cutter. It's countered. And now into a belly-to-belly. No! Into an arm drag takedown. We're just all counters here at the end. And now James trying to slow this match down as he applies a chin lock to Isiah Taylor. But Taylor fighting out of it with a chin breaker. But James again with that rolling neck breaker. James showing why he's a former United States champion. But he just took a hard right hand right to the face. And is that going to be enough? Taylor certainly seems to think so too. But no, James kicks out. Taylor probably wondering, what the hell do I have to do to win this match? And now he's just applying vicious elbow strikes to the head. Is this what Taylor needs? And now into a belly-to-belly suplex. And look at this. Taylor now showing off a little bit of power. As he just picks him up, he gut-wrenches him. Gut-wrench suplex. Will that be enough? As Taylor tries to catch his breath, that surely took a lot out of him. It's not easy just to pick a man up like that. Into the pin. 1, 2. No, James again kicking out. And Taylor again wondering what's he going to have to do to defeat this man. An impressive showing nonetheless. But Taylor with the chokeslam on James. And now into a pickup powerbomb. James just on the receiving end of huge power moves. As Taylor catches his breath. Is that wise? He could have had this match won by now. You did not want to give James an opening like that. But now he picks James up. James looks like he's out of it on his feet. He's whipped into the corner. What does Taylor have in store here? What's he going to do? He bounces James off the rope. And look at that massive exploding shoulder tackle by Taylor. Is that enough? 1, 2. He's did it. Isiah Taylor has defeated William James ahead of his title match in Philadelphia. This is unbelievable. James, I don't think, recovered after that chokeslam. It's just power move after power move until that exploding shoulder tackle. James is still out. But look at this. Backstage, Mercedes Richie and Brooke Lynn are getting into a heated exchange. And Mercedes just punched Brooke. We have a backstage brawl on our hands. These two ladies absolutely hate each other. I'm still in shock over what we've just seen in the ring. And to his DDT on the concrete floor in the backstage area. Mercedes just can't seem to buy a win against Brooke in recent weeks. But she is going to take the fight to her whether she likes it or not. So what does this mean for the U.S. title picture, however, as the two ladies continue to brawl? Will Taylor be added to the match, or will he earn a title shot in the near future? Meanwhile, Mercedes is just punching the life out of Brooke. Brooke's still fighting back. This is her type of element, just a back alley brawl. These two women do not like each other. Mercedes fights out of the... I don't know what Brooke was doing there. She was taking her somewhere. Both of these ladies just trying to inflict as much pain as they can on each other ahead of Philadelphia. Look at this Brooke now with a series of big strikes. And now a huge uppercut. But Mercedes fighting back with just a slap. Mercedes just sent tumbling to the concrete floor. Someone should get in there and stop this. It makes you wonder, what does Mercedes have? Is it because she can't win her title match against Brooke? Brooke now with a short arm clothesline. And now she is going for that skull-crushing facebuster on the concrete. Surely that's enough. But Brooke doesn't appear to be done as she hits a powerbomb on the concrete. Oh my God. And she's just still going. Mercedes sent into the locker room, into the ladies' locker room. Just slammed against one of the lockers, one of the changing areas. Uh-oh, but it looks like Brooke She is going to finish this off with a massive spear. Surely that's enough. But to add insult to injury, she just dropped her elbow. Mercedes is unconscious. We got to get medical personnel back there immediately. I do hope she is okay. I don't understand why nobody tried to stop that. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event. I understand it's been an action-packed show, but we are about to see the FTW champion in action here tonight. He is looking to bounce back after being defeated by Clinton Slate 2 weeks ago. I'm getting word that Mercedes is being taken to a local hospital, being checked for concussions. Brooke herself is receiving medical attention, but Mercedes is the one that's worse for wear. But Ryan, he has a big title match coming up this Sunday in Philadelphia, as he is set to take on Adrian Kincaid. Kincaid, of course, finally getting his one-on-one rematch for the FTW Championship after losing it to Ryan Reese in Las Vegas. Reese, of course, showing that he is a capable champion, defending his title in that fatal four-way. But his opponent tonight is the longest reigning United States champion of all time, a two-time U.S. title holder. It's Angel Fyre, who hasn't been seen since dropping the belt. Rumor has it that he is still not 100% after his vicious match against William James in Los Angeles. But he is out here to make a statement tonight. He wants to get back into the title picture himself. He is known as the Fire Starter. He has one of the most dangerous finishing maneuvers in the entire company. But just, you would have to think that he would have to be worried if he's not 100% stepping into the ring with the FTW champion. But Fyre is always the confident, always the cocky one. But look at this, right out of the gate. Reese with that running Lopez press. And now vicious shots to the skull. I don't even think Fyre knows where he's at. And Reese, he's got him up for the big finish. He hit it. He hit the big finish already. 1, 2. Is Fyre out? He is. Fyre was out cold. Fyre got taken by surprise by those running strikes to the face. As Reese makes short work out of the longest reigning United States champion in the company's history. But there's Adrian Kincaid with a kendo stick. And shots to the stomach and to the back of the head of the FTW champion. What does that mean coming into Philadelphia? But ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of FTW Adrenaline, and join us Sunday for Conquest. We will be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.